Let me wake some of y'all up real quick. You could be sitting on a multi-million-dollar business right now. And the crazy part is, right, you've been sleeping on it every single day. Some of y'all been running a business without even knowing it. You've been selling plates, fixing cars, braiding hair, DJing parties, hauling loads, designing logos, and you still think it's just something you do on the side. Nah, no. That little something is the reason somebody else cashing bigger checks than you. I mean, they had the nerve to take what you already doing and they put a price tag on it. They branded it. They put some structure on it. And while you sitting there waiting for the perfect time or big bag of startup money, the truth is you don't need either one of those. All you need is the guts to call it what it is, a business, and start moving like it. I'm telling you, some of y'all been sitting on gold and you too busy treating it like spare change. Let's get into it. You're now tuned in to Elevate with Sage. I am your host, Sage. You could have been anywhere else in the world right now, but you chose to be here with me. And here, we're all about holistic wellness. We're elevating mind, we're elevating body, we're elevating spirit from the inside out. So buckle up, breathe deep. This ain't just a podcast, this a mind shift. Let's elevate. Yo, thank you for tuning in with me today. Like I always say, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me right now, and I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So we're gonna just dive right on back into this, all right? And here's something that I wish I would have learned, right? I wish somebody would have told me this a whole lot sooner, because some of y'all are really sitting on full-blown businesses and you don't even know it. And I'm not talking about some get-rich-quick idea. I'm talking about what you're already doing right now to make ends meet. Maybe you detail cars on the side, right? Maybe you bake cakes for friends and family. Maybe you braid hair, or you DJ on the weekend. You sell plates or flip sneakers. You keep saying it's just a side hustle, but no. That's a business. You just haven't put it on paper yet. And let me tell you why that matter. To be honest, when it's just a hustle, you're only thinking about the next transaction. But when it's a business, you're thinking about growth. You're thinking about systems. You're thinking about funding, protection, and legacy. Now, I'm not here to just throw a whole bunch of legal crap at you. I'm here to break it down plain. So if you're already making money, add something, anything. You can just take a couple of steps to go legit and open doors that you didn't even know existed. I know people that's been cutting hair in their kitchen for years, cash only, word of mouth. But as soon as they got that LLC, a business bank account, EIN, guess what happened? They started getting approved for credit cards. They got small business grants. They stopped worrying about mixing their personal money with their hustle money. And most importantly, people started taking them more seriously because they were able to level up in a major way. So it's like this. You might be the best person in your lane, but if you're not set up properly, you're invisible to bigger opportunities. You can't get a commercial contract if you're not a registered business. You can't get certain tax breaks without business paperwork. And you definitely can't scale all your money if it's running through a personal Cash App account. So here's the thing, like most people think starting a business means they need a storefront, $20,000 in the bank, and a lawyer on retainer. Nah, fam. Sometimes all it takes is that $300 for your LLC paperwork, and that's just here in Texas. Some states a whole lot cheaper. And 15 minutes to apply for a free EIN number online, a dedicated business checking account that you could get once you got the LLC and the EIN, and a business email that doesn't end in Gmail. That's it. You could have that done by next week and be in a whole different category than you are today. And look, I get it. Some of y'all been taught to keep your head down, stay low key, don't make it a big deal, but that mindset, that's costing you. It's keeping you from leveling up and keeping your kids from inheriting something that's more than just a hustle. So think about it like this. If you selling plates every weekend at $15 each, and you sell 20 plates, that's $300 in a day. That's $1,200 in a month if you do it once a week. In a year, that's $14,400. And you telling me you don't have a business. You already moving like a business. You just haven't claimed it. So the real question is, how much longer you gonna wait before you give your grind the respect that it deserves? All right. So now that we've called it what it is, a business, let's talk about how you can go from I sell a little something on the side to I run a legit operation without needing $1 million or some fancy degree. Here's the play, step by step. Step one, claim your name. Come up with a name for your business. It could be something creative or just your own name plus what you do. Example, my last name is Whitfield. If I was a detailer, I could just say Whitfield Detailing. I mean, don't overthink it. This not a forever name if you don't want it to be. It's just the foundation. And sometimes it's just good to just write that name down. Every business I've ever started, I've just come up with a name and I wrote it down. I'll do searches online to make sure nobody's taking it. I'll even, doodle something or make a free little logo, just something just so I can see it and make it real to me, right? Okay, step two, we make it official. You register your business with your state, to get your LLC. This is your shield. It separates your personal life from your business life. If something goes wrong in that business, they can't come for your house, your car, your kids' PlayStation, none of that. They're just going after that business and it's separating you completely from it. All right, step three, get your EIN. This is like your business social security number. It's free. You can get it from the IRS website in about 10 minutes. And it's what you will need to open accounts and apply for credit. Okay? Step four, get a business checking account. Stop running your business through your personal Cash App or your main debit card. Man, listen, that step alone will take your hustle more seriously. And it makes taxes easier when it comes to that, right? And there's plenty of banks out there that'll do really easy business checking accounts. Like Bank of America, like you can do that all online without even going inside. Like you can open up a bank account even if you don't even live close to a location. It's pretty easy, pretty free, pretty simple. And they're not sponsoring me, by the way. I just know that they're just an easy bank to get a business bank account with. All right, step five, get a business address, phone number, and email. Now, I'm not saying go rent an office tomorrow. You can get a virtual address online for really cheap. You can get a Google Voice number or a low-cost, business phone plan. And please, please, no more sweet treats 1984 at gmail.com. Get something like info at soandso treats.com. It looks professional and people treat you different when you look official. Think about it. If you come into my establishment or you reach out to me wanting to get a $100,000 line of credit, like, and you using your cell phone as a business number, like I can't find you on Google, and then I pull up your business address and it's showing me your house, and then I see a Gmail, like, bro, I'm not gonna take you serious. And I've dealt with financial institutions that would absolutely turn you down for just that stuff alone. And it's so easy. Like I've used several companies in the past to get virtual addresses that cost me $30 to $50 a month. And I go to GoDaddy, just get me a cheap domain, and with that domain, I can get my email and my domain. I just put together a cheap old, really simple website, and a lot of times they have a plan that you can just add in there too to get you a professional phone number. And so that just makes you look way more attractive to banks and vendors and stuff like that. Okay, number six, build your business credit. Now this where it gets good. It's where it gets good. All right, once your business is set up, you can start getting approved for a few vendor accounts. And you can buy products or supplies on net 30 terms. Pay them on time and watch your business credit score grow. And with a strong profile, you can apply for bigger credit lines, equipment financing, or even business loans without them even touching your personal credit. And really, that's real easy, and it's in different tiers, and there's whole vendor list and everything, in which I can do a follow-up episode and just really dive into getting a lot of these net 30 vendors to really do business with you. It's not hard at all, but if y'all want that information, let me know. We can follow up. And so now, why am I telling you all this? And it's because I know too many people killing themselves in their hustle. They're thinking the only way out is to work harder. Nope, not at all. Sometimes the only way out is to work smarter. So when you set your business up right, you open up doors that hustling alone, it'll never open. You start thinking long term. You stop saying, I gotta grind till I die. And you're gonna start saying, I'm building something that I can pass down. And let me tell you something. There's peace that comes with that. Knowing that you're not just chasing dollars, you're building something that can outlive you. That's a whole different level of motivation. All right, let's keep it real for a second. Setting up a business is not just about paperwork and numbers. It's about shifting the way you see yourself. Like some of y'all been grinding so long. You've convinced yourself that being tired and stressed and always broke, you convince yourself that it's just a part of life. But when you start building something legit, it changes the way you wake up in the morning. When you know your business is official, you stop moving like a side hustler and you start moving like a CEO. You make different choices. You stop chasing every single dollar. You start focusing on building systems that make money while you sleep. And here's the thing nobody tells you. The moment you start building something stable, your mental health, it'll shift too. When your money is flowing a little better, your stress levels drop. When your stress level drops, your patience goes up. When your patience goes up, your relationships with your kids, your partner, your friends, they all get better. Peace and profit, it goes hand in hand. It's hard to be a better husband, father, mother, or a friend when you're always in survival mode. Man, how can you pour into the people you love when you're running low on fumes? So when I'm talking about turning your hustle into a legit business, I'm not just talking about making money. I'm talking about buying back your peace. I'm talking about creating space so you can go to the gym without feeling guilty or take a weekend with your kids without worrying about if the bill's gonna get paid or not. You don't just build a business, you build a life you don't have to run away from. All right? So let's paint some real pictures here. Example one, let's say you cut hair in the kitchen. Right now you charging $25 a cut, cash only. And you work when people call you. But it's all over the place. Now imagine, you get your LLC, you get your EIN, you open a business bank account, you set up an online booking system, you run a quick Facebook ad in your city, you start keeping records of every single payment. Means 6 months later, you apply for a small business loan to rent a chair at a shop or open your own shop. Now you're not just cutting hair, you're running Fade Styles LLC, whatever you want to call it. In the city, they know your name, right? Example two, let's say you bake cakes. You sell them to your church, you sell them to your neighbors, and through word of mouth. Now imagine, you make it official, get your vendor's license, and you partner with a local coffee shop to sell your slices by the piece. You invoice every order, build credit. 6 months later, you approve funding to buy better equipment or lease a kitchen space. Suddenly, you're not just baking for extra money. You're running Sweet Elevations Bakery, and whatever you want to call it. Example three, you flip sneakers. You've been buying and reselling from your closet for years. Now imagine, you formalize your business, Open wholesale accounts and start selling them through an online store. You create a system where you're shipping orders while you sleep. Then you turn your hustle into a brand. The only thing that changed, you stopped treating it like a hobby and started treating it like an empire in the making. But for real, listen, a hustle, it'll feed you for the night, but a legacy, it'll feed generations. Some of y'all have been grinding so long, you forgot why you even started. You've been in survival mode so long, you don't even know what thriving looks like anymore. You wake up, chase the bag, go to sleep, repeat, and I get it. I've been there. I have. I remember a time when all I cared about was just making it to Friday so I could breathe for 2 seconds before the next grind started. But here's the thing, I didn't even realize I already had the foundation for something bigger. See, I'll never forget this one conversation I had with one of my bros. He drives trucks. He's an owner operator, working crazy hours, barely sleeping, just stacking enough to stay afloat. But he kept saying, like, man, I want to start selling on Amazon one day. And I'm just waiting till I get enough money stacked. So I told him, I'm just like, bruh, you already running a business. You just don't see it. And he laughed at first, like I was playing, but when I broke it down for him, he had to own it. And I said, and you got customers, you got income coming in, and you got a skill. All you missing is structure. You can get an EIN, register an LLC, set up a business bank account, and boom, you're official. Once you do that, you can apply for business credit, get funding, and flip it into something bigger. And the Amazon thing you've been talking about, just start small because he wanted to start it out with several thousands of dollars. And so I just gave him one scenario. I was like, find one product on Alibaba for $2. Sell it on Amazon for $10. I mean, you ain't gonna be rich in a week, but you'll be in the game. And once you get in the game, just rinse and repeat. And it's really simple. They're gonna do all your fulfillment for you. They're gonna ship your orders to their customer, and all your products will be sent out as a prime product. So it makes sense. Don't wait till you get $10,000, $20,000 to invest in products. Man, invest $50 into products and start selling those products. You got one foot in the door and you're still making a lot of money, with your trucking business. So this is a good way to scale and build multiple streams of income. So, man, like the look on his face said it all. It was like nobody ever told him he could do it without already being rich. Like he finally realized he wasn't just a truck driver, he was an actual business owner. And now he was about to be a business owner who owns multiple businesses. And that's the thing, man. Some of us, we're sitting on a gold mine and we don't even know it. We've got the skills, we got the network, we got the work ethic, but nobody ever showed us how to turn that hustle into a foundation. So here's what I learned. A hustle makes sure you eat today, right? A business could make sure your family eats when you're gone. A legacy, that's when your name opened doors for people who haven't even been born yet. And man, here's the funny part, man. You don't even have to wait for some big, wonderful chunk of money to start building. You can start where you are with what you have. Plant seeds today that'll feed your family tomorrow. Structure your grind so it works for you even while you sleep. Because one day the grind will slow down. Your body will get tired. Life will throw something at you. And when that happens, you'll want to know you've built something that keeps on going, something that carries your name, something that stands as proof you were here and you made it count. Don't just hustle for the day, build for tomorrow. Your future self will thank you. I promise you that. And your family will thank you. And your name gonna live forever. But before I let you go, let me tell you a story that could kill every excuse you've been holding on to. And this blew my mind when I found this out. There's this cookie company called Tiff's Treats. Now, I know we got them in Texas all over the place. Now, they didn't start in some big kitchen with investors or fancy packaging, right? It all started because Tiffany, she accidentally stood her date up and she felt bad about it. So she baked him some cookies and he loved them. And they must have been some really good cookies because, man, like they were sitting there eating them cookies and the light bulb went off. And they thought, man, other people would love these cookies too. I mean, just some cookies, man, that she made in her house, little family recipe or whatever. It could have been a family. I don't know whose recipe it was, but listen, man. So with $50 and a cell phone, they started delivering cookies to friends, neighbors, and anybody who would order some. They didn't have a storefront. They didn't even have a marketing budget. They didn't even have a big plan. Just hustle and a good idea. So fast forward to today, man, Tiff Treats is worth over $5 million, from $50 to a $500 million. Y'all need to go Google that and read that story. I mean, that's crazy. $50 from her cooking some cookies because she felt bad about standing a man up on a date. And now they have a $500 million company. Now, listen, I'm not telling you this so you think this, starting something, you can be a millionaire by next summer. No, I'm telling you this because small doesn't have to stay small. Your idea doesn't have to stay in your notebook. Your hustle, it don't have to stay in the shadows. But here's the truth. None of that can happen if you keep telling yourself, I'll start when I have more money, or it's not the right time, or I'm not ready yet. Remove those limits. Take what you have, where you are, and make the first move. Because once you step into motion, once you put yourself out there, the right opportunities and the right people, they just have a way of finding you. You never know that little thing you do in your spare time, that side hustle you've been brushing off. It could be your Tiff Treats. It could be the thing that changes everything for you and your family. So don't just leave here inspired. Leave here with a plan. One step today, one call, one action that moves you from thinking about it to building it. Because if $50 and an apology can turn into $500 million, none of us got no excuse. and you might be thinking like, man, my little side hustle, my little business, how can I scale that? How can I make more money? Or how can I turn it into $1 million idea? You'll never know if you never try. Like I tell my sons, my kids, like I have a son and he was thinking about, you know, at one point being a barber. And I'm just like, okay, instead of just being a barber, start a barber shop. Like, when you open up your shop, man, have several booths. Rent those booths out. Even open up the spot next door and create a beauty salon and sell, however they do it, rent booths, so you could generate money. So if you open that shop up and you gave other stylists an opportunity to come in and make money, right, like you're scaling. So now it turns into a lucrative business where you're collecting rent every week or every month or however you set it up. And if you choose to go cut hair, good for you. If you choose not to, you still have revenue coming in. Like anything can be scaled. And if you have one location, you can open a second and a third and a fourth. It's all up to you and your hustle and your level of motivation. But nothing to happen at all if you don't take the first step. You could be sitting on something right now that could change your whole life, but you're too busy telling yourself why it won't work. Remember, Tiff Tree started with $50 in a cell phone. That's it. No perfect plan, no big budget. Just two people who decided to act on an idea instead of letting it pass them by. Now they're worth over $500 million. Don't tell me you can't. Don't tell yourself you can't. Small doesn't have to stay small. A hustle doesn't have to stay a hustle. So start where you are with what you got and take the first step today, because if they can turn $50 into a $500 million, imagine what you could do if you stop holding back. But all right, fam, I'm going to leave y'all with this. If this episode spoke to you, don't just sit on it. Share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Your cousin, your homeboy, your girl, whoever you know sitting on gold and they don't even realize it. And listen, I'm working on something special. I'll be offering one-on-one coaching soon. For the people who ready to take their ideas, their hustle, their life to the next level, if you've been listening and thinking, yeah, I need that extra push, then keep your eyes open. We're about to build something powerful together, right? If you want to stay tapped in, hit the link in the show notes, connect with me on socials, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep your head up, protect your peace, and remember, small doesn't have to stay small. Go get what's yours. Hey, if this hit you, share it. Send it to somebody going through the fire but still choosing peace. New episodes dropping weekly, and every time we're going a little deeper. This ain't just talk, it's transformations. I'm Sage, and this is Elevate with Sage. Until next time, I wish you nothing but love, peace, happiness. Let's elevate.